Yo.
Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. We're gonna do some writing club today. Oh, I didn't change the caption, but actually it's fine. Oh, I think this camera is a little bit too zoomed in here though. Let me see if I can fix that. Yeah, I feel like it's very, very zoomed in. Let's try to make that a little bit. That's a bit of a better angle there. A little bit less close up. How's everyone doing today? Welcome, welcome. My name is Natasha. We're gonna do writing club today. We're gonna do, actually, I was saying yesterday I hadn't decided if I wanted to do, I thought I was gonna do flashback writing because that's one of the things I'm working on in the primary story I'm working on right now is flashbacks. And so I've been like researching the best ways to do that without making it boring and all that sort of stuff. But, oh, I haven't turned captions on. Thank you, caption reminder. Sometimes that annoys me, and then sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I did forget. Thank you. I actually do need to remember that. So welcome in. We're ADHD here, if you didn't notice from all of that. I was saying yesterday I was planning on doing flashbacks, but I also remembered that I wanted to do some RPG writing for a mystery RPG plot that I started over Christmas, and I wanted to kind of formalize and get into kind of a format that I could sell kind of thing and like put out for other people to run. So I still haven't decided what I'm doing today. I might kind of do a little bit of both. I might just open up both documents and kind of work on whatever catches my eye. So yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't normally put, like, when I'm writing, I don't put that on the screen, but if I'm working with Canva to do the RPG, I might actually put that screen shared. So, actually, I don't think my captions are working. I'm just trying to check those, and it doesn't look like they're working. So let me refresh the captions, and then maybe that will start working. And then I will decide what it is I'm going to actually do today. I haven't figured it out. I had a really productive, kind of not productive, and then finally I called a friend to be like, hey, I need to get this thing done and I haven't done it, and so I need some help. And then I body doubled with a friend. Like, sometimes, like, I love Twitch because co-working on Twitch is very super helpful for me, but when I'm like in a mood where I really don't want to do something, sometimes you need that individual attention from a human being who like knows what you're trying to work on and is the only person who's paying attention to you, because then you kind of have to, like, you have a little bit more, like, you want to do the thing you told them you're doing, because I don't work well with accountability. I'm that kind of ADHD, so accountability doesn't work for me, but body doubling works really well for me for some reason, because I don't know, it doesn't feel like accountability. It just feels like, oh, well, they're doing a thing, so I guess I will also do the thing. Whereas if someone's like, if you don't do this thing, I'll be upset, I'll be like, who the fuck cares? Like, it's not relevant to you. That's artificial as hell. It doesn't mean anything to me. So I can't use artificial accountability. But body doubling works great, which is why I love Twitch in the first place. So if you also struggle with ADHD and procrastination, this is the place to be. Let's start the timer. So we're going to put it on writing mode for 45 minutes, and we're going to leave the mic on because we're going to do like keyboard clacky clacks. And if I decide that we're going to be doing Canva RPG stuff, I will screen share. Other than that, I'll just be working in my own Word document and not screen sharing. But let's give it a go. Let's dive in. Let me know what it is you're working on. If you have any stories or anything that you want to either share just for fun or post to get feedback on, make sure you do join the Discord and post it there. And you can kind of comment like, hey, this is just for fun. I don't want any harsh critique. Or you can say like, hey, I really want to know what you guys think and like what could be better. And yeah, we'll listen to what it is you're looking for and give you some opinions and commentary on whatever it is you're writing. So make sure you feel free to share that with the Discord. Otherwise, just let us know what it is you're working on here today, if you're with us. Oh, I have the Discord audio so high. Oh, I bet that was way overwhelming. All right, so in case you couldn't hear anything I said because the audio was really loud, because last stream I had it set on like like fireplace noises or something very quiet. My name's Natasha. We're doing co-working today. We're going to do a writing stream. And I said a whole bunch more stuff, but we're going to dive right in. Also, I'm going to change the size of this Pomodoro timer. It seems to be a weird size. There. Let's fix that. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? Also, I just started watching the movie Wish. I haven't finished it yet, but I would love to hear other people's opinions on the movie Wish, because it's very forgettable. I'm only halfway through, but it's pretty forgettable so far, and I'd love to hear what other people think about it. So feel free to inform me if you have seen the movie Wish, or if you have an opinion for whatever reason. Or you have better things to recommend. Let me know. Alright, we are going to dive into flashbacks first, because that is... I think that is where my brain is at right now. I said that and then I immediately went, oh, I should open Canva. Like, come on, brain. You know, when you're like, oh, I'm going to do X, and then your brain's like, screw you, no, you're not. We're going to do Y. Just because you said X. If you'd said X, I would have said Y. If you'd said Y, I would have said X. That kind of thing. Does anyone else have that brain? If so, you should look into the book, The Four Tendencies by Gretchen Rubin, which I read for book club last year, and it kind of changed my life. Just understanding that why certain things work for me and certain things don't was really a game changer. So for instance, like I said, accountability doesn't work for me. Consequences work for me. They're the only thing that works for me. So yeah, if you've ever struggled with that, and things like having a friend, buddy doing the same thing, kind of all that stuff doesn't work, look into that book, because it makes a huge difference. It also helps if you know someone like that and they're frustrating you, it will give you ways to deal with them. Instead of just being frustrated. And there's 4 different personality types, and so it's a very good book. I quite enjoyed it, and I found it very useful. Okay, what am I opening up? Writing. We're doing writing today. I had a long day. Oh my god. I really, really didn't want to do the thing I knew I had to do today, which was like practical, boring stuff. Because I'm trying to get a new job, and so I knew I had to sit down and actually like go through my resume and write a couple cover letters, and then translate my resume and my cover letters into Italian. My Italian's not very good, so I had to do it, I had to use a computer help to translate them, and it was just very time-consuming and very frustrating. But I think I got mostly what I needed to get done, so I was feeling very happy about that. So I took a break, and I made grilled cheese for dinner, and then I watched the first half of Wish. And now I'm doing a writing stream, because I wanted to do that tonight, and Writing is also one of those things that's kind of like fun for me. Like I might have just been doing this anyways. So book club for February is going to be the first Monday in February. So I think that's next Monday. I don't know what the book is. Let me look up and see what I have on my library app, because that's an excellent question. And you're absolutely correct that I should post that in the Discord and tell you guys what the book for February should be. Let me see what's in my library app right now, because I have a couple books that actually are like I have access to in my library app, but I haven't actually been reading. Because sometimes I get things that I started reading and then they come back and I'm like, I don't know if I feel like that right now. This one's due in 1 day, and that one's due in 18 days. Hey, it's another Gretchen Rubin book. Okay, I have a Daniel Pink book, When, The Scientific Secrets of Perfect Timing. That one I might not be able to renew. It says renew, but you never know if that goes through or not. And then the other book that I have access to right now is Gretchen Rubin, Better Than Before, What I Learned About Making and Breaking Habits. And that one I have for 18 days, so I would definitely be able to have it for the next 7 days. So if anyone has an opinion, would you rather... I'll read out the summaries of these, and then you guys can let me know if there's one that you'd prefer me to do for book club. So, it's loading. It's taking a minute here. Retry. It's like, error, loading summary. I'm like, well, come on, then. Try again. All right, we'll just wait for it. Oh, there we go. It, like, loaded a thing. Oh, no, it just opened the book. I want a summary. Don't give me the whole book, just give me like the page for the book. Why is this so complicated? Okay, these are quotes. What is it about? Okay, so When, the book about timing, is about kind of finding the hidden patterns in schedules. Why do certain breaks improve test scores? Why do fresh starts sometimes help? Why would someone avoid going to the hospital in the afternoon? Why is singing in time with people as good for you as exercise? When is the ideal time to quit a job, switch careers, or get married? So I feel like it's kind of like a data-driven book based, like similar to that Malcolm Gladwell style of book where it takes a lot of science and research and kind of like condenses it into a pop culture format. So that's what that one's about. And then what's the other book? Oh, I also have a couple ready to be borrowed. I have, just one. I have Dopamine Nation by Anna Lemke. So I will borrow that one. I don't know if I can get through that whole one. It's pretty, I think that one's a bit long. But also probably When is long too. I know for a fact that I can read through Gretchen Rubin's style of writing very fast because I read her other book and it was a quick read, even though it was jam-packed full of information and I adored it. Okay, so I'll read out the summary for that one. Okay, Gretchen Rubin, Better Than Before. This one is about habits. Rubin provides an analytical and scientific framework from which to understand habits and change them for good. She illustrates the core principles of habit formation and dozens of strategies that she's tested out. So this would be like a book like Atomic Habits. I feel like it's similar to that. And I do like Gretchen Rubin. What's the other one I have that just came through? Dopamine Nation. Let me read out the summary for that one. So Dopamine Nation is about how to find the delicate balance between dopamine affecting pleasure and pain. It's about how we're living in a time with unprecedented access to high dopamine stimuli, i.e. the smartphone, the internet, food, gambling, news, shopping, drugs, all of that. This book got excellent reviews. I've heard it recommended a couple times. So it goes through some patients' experiences and stuff like that. So if anyone has an opinion on which book you would prefer, I will read that one. Otherwise, I don't know which one I'll pick, but I'll try to decide soon. Let me see if I can renew When before I offer that as a choice. Renew. Because it might not even let me, and then it would not be. Oh yeah, let me renew it. Okay, so I have all three of those available. When by Daniel Pink, Dopamine Nation by Anna Lemke, and Better Than Before by Gretchen Rubin. Yeah. So let me know what you think, you guys. I suppose I will change this text just because I said specifically. Whoa. So I guess the flashbacks I'm struggling with right now, I've got a couple inserted into the story already, but I've got a couple where I'm trying to really hedge that balance between giving information too soon and not soon enough, right? So that kind of like, you don't want to be putting a flashback in before people have those questions that the flashback answers, but also like making sure the flashback comes at a point where it's relevant, like where it makes sense for it to come up. And so it's like, well, what if that point feels like it's too soon? And then it's like balancing that out is kind of what I'm working on right now. Because I have one flashback that I had relatively early in the story, and I feel like it needs to be way later because it answers way too many questions about like why these characters are upset with each other and what their history is. And you kind of want that to be the mystery. Like you want that to be the tension and the audience to be like thinking and theorizing about what happened between these two. So if I give it away too soon, then there's no mystery left. There's no interest. Oops, sorry, I'm shaking the camera there. Also gotta figure out exactly how literal I'm gonna be with like the theme. Because right now I kind of have like an idea for one of the side characters to kind of be like, you're an idiot, you need to do X, Y, and Z. And like that's terrible advice, but like that's the theme, right? It's like this is the wrong way to do it. And so it's like, do I actually want to have that character kind of state it outright, or do I want to kind of make it more subtle? But it's a pretty non-subtle character, so it kind of fits for them to be like obnoxious and wrong. I've got to decide if I want to write that or not. I kind of wrote some of it already. Oh, and I've got a big tragedy to write too. I don't want to write any of this though. I want to write later stuff today. I want to write the end. Not the end, but like the disaster, which I haven't written yet. I've only written about half of this story. Yeah, this is where I want to be at. I want to be at the conflicty parts. I'm like, I'm going to write flashbacks. I'm like, nope, I'm going straight to the conflict. I don't want to write those. I did start writing some of this though. Also, is anyone else one of those people who like will write a summary for a scene and be like, that's what I'm gonna write, and then you start writing and you're like, I didn't write that at all. You're like, all right, I guess this is where we're going now. And it just kind of like goes in its own direction sometimes. I'm definitely that kind of writer. Like, I can have a great plan plotted out and then it's like, no, it's not doing that. Oh, okay. It's gotta roll with it. Because if I force it, I hate what I end up with. I have to let it do what it wants. What am I missing in here? Oh no, I think I wrote that already. Haha, I did that right. Oh, that scene's not really written though.
dear.
feel like I need a snack. Okay, I don't want anything I have in my cupboards, which sucks, but at least I have some chocolate mints. It will suffice, I suppose. You know, like when you've got to look up history in order to use a phrase. I'm like, you know, like someone had never quite hopped on that train, like that train of thought or whatever, right? And I'm like, wait, when did trains exist? Because this was set in the 1700s, and trains apparently did not exist until the 1800s, 1804 to be exact. So that is an anachronism, and I shall have to find a different way of phrasing that. Let's just say ship. I don't know if that quite gets the meaning across, though. I have to think that one over a little bit more. Find a better phrase.
Yo.
Gone down that particular road. No, that's not quite right either. I'll stew on it for a minute. Let's change the timer onto break mode. Alright, it's break time. Oh, I don't actually have like a writing break timer, but anyways, it's break time. We'll do break right now. I got a little bit of work done there. What's everyone else up to today? What are you all working on? Getting tired now because I honestly spent an insane amount of brain power on stuff I didn't want to do today. But I got it done, so I'm very happy about that. I'm gonna do more stuff tomorrow. I've got to go into person into town in the morning. And I didn't do it last week, and I should have done it last week, but I didn't. So now I have to decide if I'm gonna do it tomorrow. But I have to wake up early if I'm gonna do it, so I have to like be able to go to sleep early. And that's difficult. So I'm not on a normal schedule right now. Actually, I'm not on a bad schedule right now. I'm actually kind of going to bed. I don't even know. That's not accurate. I feel like I'm going to bed within an hour or two of midnight, but that's not accurate. I'm going to bed within an hour or two of midnight, but I'm not going to sleep within an hour or two. I'm going to sleep at like 4 a.m., which is not good enough to get up in the morning. And I need to go to bed and then actually go to sleep at like 1 a.m. if I need to be up in the morning to go into town in the morning. But I don't want to. Does anyone else love the randomness of Google searches when you're writing something? Like, when did trains start? Yeah, that's a question I need answered. Hey, Linda Ritchie, how's it going? I do not understand what it is you are talking about. But if you're just selling something, maybe not the place. Okay, good. I got all that updated. Okay, what was the thing I was trying to say? I had never quite hopped on that particular train. So let's say had never quite been down that particular road. Doesn't make sense because that'd mean they'd never done it. And it's about laughing at yourself. And it's like, okay, they're not big fans of laughing at themselves. But like, obviously everyone's done that to a small degree in their life. Mm-hmm. I'm not looking to work with kind of, like I'm not looking to pay anyone to do anything at this point, so that's kind of where I'm at. So also, I do not understand what it is you are offering, so you need to work on your marketing message because I literally don't even understand what it is you're selling. But also, I'm not buying anything right now, so... Sorry, I work in marketing myself, so I'm going to tell you bluntly, I don't even understand what it is you're offering. Your marketing needs work. Not to be mean, just to be blunt. Okay, had never hopped on that particular ship, had never... I want to say something not like been down that particular path, but something more like... had never been fans of that particular road. Had something like that. Had never quite been fans of that particular road. Okay, that's fine. I don't know if I love that, and I might change it later, but I think it's okay. I think I can live with that. Basically, there's 3 characters having a conversation, and 2 of them are being mean to each other, but trying to be nice because the 3rd character wants them all to get along. But it's not working. Because they're very insulting to each other. Mm-hmm. My main character is unsure if the wine is helping or making things worse. I am Canadian, but right now I live in Italy. What about you? Where are you from? Also, I've got some good character conflict here. I've got one character who's very, like, reserved and not maybe great at conversation, especially with people they don't know. And then I've got another character who's very talkative. And then I've got the 3rd character who's normal at conversation, right? Like, can normally just get along with people, but isn't good enough, like, isn't charismatic enough to handle someone who's, like, silent and doesn't know how to respond. You are from Germany. Oh, very cool. I've been to Germany a couple times and it's wonderful. I've always had fun in Germany. I think it's a fun country. Okay, so I've got to lean into that. I've got to lean, because I'm like, this scene is so boring. I didn't want to write it because I'm like, oh, this is boring. It's just a bunch of people talking and it doesn't go anywhere because they start the scene kind of not friends, and then they end the scene kind of not friends. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not interesting. I need to make this more dramatic here. Like, something has to actively go wrong, or it has to go right. But at this stage in the plot, it's definitely going to go wrong, not right. So I need them to, like, start a fight here. And I'm like, guys, get meaner, get stupider. You know when your characters are being too good and you're like, no, guys, I need you to be dumb. Do something stupid. You're being way too sensical here. You act this way at the end of the story. Right now, you have to be dumb. You have to do all the stupid shit. Be more insecure. Say something reflexive and impulsive. There we go. Pours them all more wine. That's an example of an impulsive action that's gonna backfire. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh no, I don't really give out my email unless I have a pretty good reason, because I get enough. I get way too many email. I don't check most of them as it is. So you don't want to be in my inbox because you'll never get read. Half of my emails don't get read. But like I said, I'm not in a position to be spending money on anything, so I'm not a good target audience for you. Like, to be quite honest, you're probably wasting your time because I'm not spending money on anything. I'm trying to make money right now. I'm trying to get a new job. So, just so you know. But if you're a marketer or whatever, tell me what it is you do and what you work on, because like I said, I'm a marketer too, and an editor and all that sort of stuff. So I love hearing about other people's businesses, and we actually do a lot of business talk on this channel. So we'd love to kind of like discuss with you what it is you're working on and what your goals are and your challenges and that kind of stuff. But if you're just here to kind of market and advertise, then probably not the right place. But if you want to chat about your work and what you know, like what you're struggling with or what it is you do or all that sort of stuff, feel free to talk about that. Because I talk about my business all the time on this channel. and how I, you know, the kind of stuff I'm trying and how I try to find clients and stuff. You're a freelancer on Fiverr. What do you offer on Fiverr? I already used the verb responds. I need a better verb. Did I use the word? Yes, I did. Okay. Sometimes I'm like, I know I used that word, and I'm like, wait, no, I didn't. Just used it in my head. Okay. What's a better phrase for that? I need a more exciting word. Something like... Ooh, maybe like raises his glass in a hearty cheer right away. In a toast. I think hearty is the right word here. Hearty cheer. You kind of get that kind of like the one character is really happy and jovial, and then the other two are like not having a good time. So I'm trying to get that across. So this is good. I'm really glad I thought of the wine, because now I can like just write how they all respond to the wine, and that's going to show all of their characters. Like one of them is kind of tentative, and one of them is just going to slam that glass because he's not enjoying this, and the other one's like, you know, raising a toast because it's like, yeah, we're all, come on guys, good time, yeah, let's party. So this is perfect. This is that show don't tell crap. Hits the table only slightly too hard. There we go. Now I'm getting somewhere with this scene. I knew I could do it. I knew I had this scene in my brain. I just needed to start getting it out. I need to write some actual dialogue here though. I was expecting, usually my brain does dialogue before anything else, but the scene didn't want to happen, and so it doesn't have any dialogue, and I'm like, come on, the dialogue is the funnest part of the scene. Like, them sniping at each other is going to be the funnest part of this scene. I can't not have dialogue in this scene because, as I said, usually my scenes are all dialogue. So let's get some dialogue going here. What are they going to say that's really mean to each other, but also right on that verge of politeness, so it doesn't, they're not being outwardly rude. Oh, I guess I better set this timer off again. Let's put the work timer on. So if you're here co-working with me, we're back on a 45-minute work session. Let's dive right in. I'm gonna probably keep talking a little bit just because I'm in a talking writing mood now. Last work session I was pretty quiet. Sometimes I need to say things out loud in order to get my brain to process through them. Okay, what questions could these guys ask of each other that would be fun for the audience to read and also in character? What do they want to know about each other? My writing style is all about asking questions and then answering them. If I don't know what to write, I just ask myself questions. And then the answers are the thing I write. Okay, what do they honestly want to know about each other? Because these guys don't actually know each other well, which is why they're at odds. What do they want to know? But there's also some topics they know are off limits. And I shouldn't lead with those because that's going to be the end of the scene, is getting into the off limits topics. What are the slightly off limits topics that aren't actually knowingly rude. That would make sense to ask, even though they should know better. They do know better. They're just being little bitches. So... Okay, but also I have to remember, like, they've had conversations before, so I don't want to, like, start at the beginning, right? They know some stuff about each other already. To find that balance where you're not giving the audience, like, all the boring bits. Oh, I know exactly what he's gonna ask. He's gonna ask him about his the previous relationships, and see. I don't think he has any, so it's gonna be kind of a sore point. Kind of calling him a loser. Sorry, not sorry. Accidentally, not accidentally. Because this guy can kind of guess that maybe the other one hasn't been so lucky in love. How would he phrase this? There we go. There we go. Okay, this is what I needed. I didn't know I needed this, but I needed something snarky and snipey, and I've got it. He has to, like, insult him about his lack of past relationships. And then I need something going the other direction, but I feel like that one's easier because there's a lot of problems with the main character. So there's tons of stuff to pick on in that direction. But I need stuff for the main character to pick on about the other guy. Yep, I can already see this right away. Good. You know you're on the right track when you can see the characters respond. Because all the other characters have had relationships in the last 10 years, and this guy definitely has not been successful in that regard, because he's kind of a bit of a loner. He likes it that way, but it doesn't mean he's not insecure about it. Now he's getting called out about it. So we're in a fun conversation now. Fun for the audience to read. And it's getting out backstory. So look at that. Don't need boring exposition if you can make it part of the fun argument. Just kind of on topic, since I called this stream about flashbacks. This is when you don't need a flashback if they can just argue about it in real time. Also, this would be a boring flashback. It'd just be the character being lonely. So that's an example of when not to write a flashback. pleased with this. Sometimes I don't know what I'm gonna write, and then I get into it, and I'm like, yes, now I'm on the roll. You think it's push-up time? Is that what you think? Is that what you think? I don't know. How you doing today, Oscar? How's your day going? What are you up to? Besides cruel and unusual torment of innocent streamers. This is good because I don't even want this scene to be long, but I needed something to happen here to kind of establish these characters at each other's throats. And so I don't need a huge scene here, but this is going to be perfect. This is exactly kind of, technically they're trying to have a nice conversation, but really it's only making things worse. So I'm glad I'm writing this. Oh, God, I'm like, how mean do I want to be here? I'm like, I want to be pretty mean. I want him to be pretty offensive, pretty aggravating here. It's like, now he can see that he's hit a sore point, and it's like, what's he gonna do? Back off? No, he's gonna dig that knife right in. Oh, and he's gonna get like crude about it too. Kind of like directly more insulting. Yep, I feel like I hate it when you start writing and you're like, oh, this is mean, I don't want to write it. And it's like, no, you have to write it. They have to be mean. That's where they're at right now. They're a mean person. They're not being nice. That's why it's interesting. Trying to find the right offensive phrase to use here. Some sort of insult. But it has to be time period appropriate too. So we're in the 1700s here. Yeah, just something blunt. That'll do. That'll do. This is great because I really haven't characterized these two interacting yet. And I need them to go from being really at odds to like eventually getting along. And so I'm having so much fun writing this right now. I love it when it turns fun. When you're like, I don't want to write this. And then you're like, oh, never mind. Now I'm enjoying myself. Okay, how does he back off and still be insulting? I need him to like be like, oh, don't answer that, but like in a way that's even more of an insult. So it's like he's doing the right thing. But no, he's not. He's not in the right spirit of being nice. Okay, what do I need to say here? Something like, see, I can't just like call him out directly as like a loner or that, something like that. It has to be more, it has to be something that could be a compliment or just a fact, but also is definitely insulting. You know, like, you're more focused on your work, I guess. Something like that, right? Oh no, I need to reference the whole initial conflict 20 years ago that got these two at odds in the first place. How do I do that? How do I make that a snipe attack? Okay, what's he gonna say? Because I was gonna say something like, you know, you're more focused on your work, but that's not why this guy hates him. He hates him because of what he did in the past. How do I bring that up? Something like, that's right. Oh, that's right. You're kind of more of a something, something, something guy. Okay, what do I want to say though? That's right. Oh, something mean, like you only like people when they're already taken or something like that. But that's too blunt. Like that's not even witty. That's just boring. So I need to say something that means that, but is more interesting. You know that moment when your characters need to be wittier than you are and you're like, damn it. But I've got infinite time to think it up. Okay, how do I say this? You... Oh, even something like you prefer it when it comes with a challenge or something like that. That might be just enough that it technically sounds like a compliment, but obviously in context is not a compliment. Okay, I'm gonna go with that for now. But I might change that later. But that's the right vibe I'm trying to get across here. That's the right mood. When they come with a challenge. Yeah. Or you prefer the ones that come with a challenge? You prefer a challenge, maybe just something like that. You prefer it when there's a challenge. No, I need something. Okay, see, it's not quite right, and I know that, but I'm so close, and I'm gonna get it. This isn't the right zone. You prefer it when there's a challenge. You prefer it. Sometimes dialogue just comes to me, and sometimes I gotta workshop it. You prefer the ones where there's a challenge, where it's a challenge. You only like it when there's an obstacle, when there's a challenge, when there's something in the way. You only like what you can't have. Something like that. I'm gonna get there. This hair needs to be trimmed. I can see it causing trouble. Okay, you. Like it when it's not so easy. You don't like the easy ones. I need to do this in a way where it's not like obviously insulting the other person though. Just the target. Although, at this point, yeah, I guess he could insult both people and then it would be even worse. He's gonna do that later. That's like the big climax is when he starts insulting everyone accidentally. Because he's just off the rails. Yeah, this is too mean at this stage. I need it to back down a little bit. Like, he needs to imply it, but not outright be aggressive about it. You prefer those who are unavailable. That's too direct. You prefer my brain's not giving it to me. I'm gonna have to do this another night. Like, finish that sentence another night. Okay, I've got the response here. Something like, well, at least I get what I want. Okay. Oh, here, I'm deliberate. At least I'm... Because I need some more insults here. At least what I go after. Ooh, I've got too many insulting things going on in my brain. I've got to, like, find just the right tone. Oh, this is getting really mean. Yes. Okay, at least I didn't lose in the process. We're getting somewhere. Alright, I feel like I should work on the mystery a little bit. Did I start a Word document for this, or is it all just in Notepad somewhere? But which Notepad? Was it this one? This one I brought when we to Canada? No, definitely not. So, which notepad was it, though? I don't think it's near me, so I think that might be a no-go, just because I don't want to get up. My brain's like, I don't know where I'm going with this scene, though, and I'm like, let's stop. But I suppose I should just keep writing until, at least for the next 20 minutes, until this work session's over. Oh yeah, this is kind of insulting too, so that's where I went. Alright, how does this scene end? feel like this is too aggressive, but also this is like one of their first meetings, and so yes, it should be a problem. Like, things should be going badly at this point. They have to have somewhere to grow. Mm-hmm. Hi, Talisman. How's it going? Fictional ones for sure. Although the scene I ended up writing ended up being more of a conversation than a flashback, so that's fine too. It was a angry conversation, so that works. I have in the past. Nothing right now that I'm working on is based on reality or personal history, I guess. I'm not a personal fan of writing that. I like reading it, but I don't like writing when it's too close to home. I like using memories of things, like of how people behave and respond and react to things. I like using that and putting it into things. It's like, oh, here's someone acting in a really interesting way. Let's make a character who does that. I like doing that. What about you? Yeah, you feel like the character's emotion is something real that you've seen or experienced, but the situation changes to the story. Exactly. Yeah, like this one right now, I actually wasn't expecting it to do this, but I had these two characters fighting, and then after it's over, the third character is just kind of laughing at them, and like it's confusing. It's like, why are you laughing? Like what's going on here? But like that's perfectly in character for this character who's just like, you guys are such fucking idiots. Why are you even fighting? Rather than being upset about it that they were fighting. So I'm like, I wasn't expecting that to happen, but that's perfect. Yeah, like you know, that weird surprising person who's like not upset about something that should have been upsetting because they're kind of seeing it at a different level. It's fun to experiment as well, laying situations in front of your players and seeing how they interact with it. Yeah, exactly. Like, and then you get the most interesting stuff because they'll surprise you. It's like, okay, well, they're going to do X, Y, or Z. And then they're like, no, we're doing A and B. Oh, okay. All right, let's go with that then. Okay, but I think I am done with that scene for tonight. I might write a little bit more onto explaining why this guy is laughing, but other than that, I definitely got what I wanted out of that scene. They tried to be polite, then they started a fight, and yeah, that was what I wanted to happen, so I'm pleased with that. Wasn't a lot of words today, but it was definitely a scene I had been not wanting to write because I didn't know where I was going with it, and I figured it out. So that's always fun when that happens. Oh, and I'm going to run an ad because I don't think we've done that yet this stream. So stick around to support the channel or go take a break and then come back. Grab a glass of water. Take a breather. You think you play reactions into things as well because characters are emotional. Exactly. That was like, I had to like deal with that on this one today because they kept either being too polite and boring or they kept just like being too aggressive, and it's like, okay, well, where's that balance of what they emotionally want to say versus what they know they shouldn't say? Yeah, sometimes they only half mean what they say and then have conflict about it. That's one of the things I have to work really hard at because I'm a really direct, kind of blunt person myself. So I frequently have to remember that not every character I write is that blunt and direct about what they're thinking and feeling. And I have to be like, no, no, no. They're not just going to say that. They're going to say something completely different. And I have to get myself to be like, back it up, back it up. You're being too obvious here. No one just talks like this. Make them more indirect. Make them hide what they're really feeling. Make them not even understand what they're really feeling. And then get confused about it. Yeah, try writing what they're thinking and then write out how they would express it. That's it, right? Because it's like, okay, well, if I was thinking this, I would say X. And it's like, okay, but this character isn't me. They wouldn't just say that. They would say something filtered through all this other stuff. Through all their personal insecurities and opinions and beliefs. And what they don't want to let on about. And what they do want other people to think. And what they don't know they're insecure about. Why are they so angry right now? What even happened that offended them so much? Oh wait, I guess that is an offensive thing, isn't it? Yeah, like I was saying earlier, one of the things that really helps me is I'll just write out literal questions about like, what is this character want to get out of this conversation? Like, why are they upset? What would make them upset? How would they try to, respond to that? And then I can answer that. Yeah, if you think to yourself, internal versus exterior action, this guy's an asshole, doesn't know what he's talking about. But you might just look at him and shake your head and say, what a joke, right? That kind of, how do they handle problems? How do they respond to people? Yeah, finding that kind of realistic balance for what makes sense. Yeah, and when people are angry, they're more likely to just say what they think or what pops into their mind. Yeah, that kind of loss of inhibitions. That's kind of how I got this conflict to escalate here, because it's like, okay, well, they're going to like gradually amp each other up and be less filtered and be more mean. Plus, there's some wine involved, so that's not going to help either. Give them a reason to fuck up. Bad decisions all around. Liquor's always fun for that sort of thing. Right? Make them more likely to act out and make stuff happen. Speaking of, are you drinking while writing? I'm not right now, but I had a couple glasses of wine with dinner, so I'm still riding that. But in general, I do both. Like, I don't think about it overly because I don't get wasted and, you know, to write or anything. But frequently I'll have a glass of a drink in the evening anyways, and I usually write in the evening, so. But I also write in the morning when I'm in bed, and so the opposite. What about you? I think we're gonna go do a raid. We're gonna go raid Supernatural Writer, who is also a writer and is doing a co-working stream right now. Trying to see if there's... Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. Perfect. Alright, let's give that a go. Alright, raid message, and then... Bam, off we go. Alright, thanks everyone who hung out tonight. We were doing writing today. We were doing some work on flashbacks, work on conflict, and we were going to do some stuff on mysteries writing, but we didn't get to that really. But yeah, let me know if you were writing anything. Feel free to post your writing in the Discord if you've got a sample or if you've got a link to your writing. We would love to see it. Other than that, we will be back again more this week. Probably tomorrow. We'll be doing some more co-working, some more other streams. We'll be doing art on Wednesday, and book club is going to be next Monday. So stick around for those. I hope you guys had an excellent day. I hope you got lots of work done, whether you were doing writing or studying or creative writing or whatever it was. We will see you guys later. Bye for now.